towards the understanding what is soul really is. And ultimately it can reach soul itself and see the soul and experience God, who is even beyond the soul, who is beyond here. And Prabhupada explained that ultimately, if you want to describe the whole system, that we have to also mention super soul. So that's in our description is the most important function of buddhi, because depending on how strong buddhi is, buddhi either encourages the mind to waste the energy of the soul in these external affairs, or he turns the flow of the very important energy of consciousness inside and searches inside and finally finds God and the soul itself.
Why does the Goswami need less sleep?
Why Goswami needs sleep? Less. Yeah, I know. I understood your question. Because of this, because the energy is not dissipated on the outside.
It's on the spiritual
Yeah, it's on a spiritual platform outside. But because again, in this system, the energy goes back there. It's not dissipated. Here we have, the buddhi bases all this. And of course, they are living on the spiritual. It's completely different level of existence. You cannot even say how this function, how this whole thing functions in their case. But they're existing on a different level of existence. But basically, yes, they don't need all these things, because we need what we need. We need in our mind, we need all these experiences. If we don't have experiences from the outside of the external world, the mind goes crazy, right? For example, if you are put in a room and this room is totally white, it's one of the Chinese tortures. You are put in a room which is white and nothing is there, and you're just sitting in this white room. You go crazy within 24 hours. Nothing is there to see. The mind goes crazy. The mind gets energy by this interacting with the external objects, and and if there is no interaction, the mind gets weak. Like for example, when we fast for 1 day, soon coming Pandav Nirjala Ekadashi, we become very weak. Not because there is no energy, there is a lot of fat still. Within 1 day you don't lose even 100 grams, right? Everything is there. But mind becomes really weak, because mind wants taste, mind wants this, wants all this interaction. He gets some kind of energy or excitement through this. But they're functioning on a different level. They don't need it because their mind is different. They're experiencing everything inside, because the whole energy flow is redirected from outside to inside.
Marge was saying that it says that the mind accepts or rejects.
Yes.
So that really means that the function of the mind is to accept or reject. So
yeah.
It really means that it's the internal mind or the body that's doing that.
No. Accepting and rejecting is the mind function. It's the function of the manas. Mind says I like it, and mind says I don't like it. I hate it. That's what mind does, always, all the time. Sankalpa vikalpa. Of course, when we will study tomorrow, we will also say that sankalpa function is also in buddhi. But the mind also says this. I like it, I don't like it. Raga and Vesha, that's nice, that's so good. And that's mind.
How come one maybe needs more sleep because it's working harder with the gross physical body? For example, do you think one needs more sleep?
Your question is, why do we need more sleep if we're working hard?
Yeah, because if gross physical body.
Yeah, that's gross physical body. That's also that's gross physical body. This is not a complete description. I didn't describe everything, but I described that you need sleep because the Buddhism is is working all the time. But you know, if you physically exert yourself, you also need that is not a good way.
How come it is so? It's I mean, in this connection, how come the growth rate is like so much making the intervention to sweet?
Gross body is also there, and if the gross body is really, you know, the gross body is really tired, you know, then it just needs more sleep. And sometimes we even feel that intelligence is already awake, but the gross body is still sleeping. It cannot just move. Right? Sometimes you know, it's just there, it's all, like today I was, for I don't know how many hours I was thinking about the seminar, but the body was still sleeping in the bed because it was tired.
Krishna, to take back further explanation of the system, I wanted to ask, like you were saying that the buddhi checks with the chitta about the bad experiences, and the chitta is full of like bad or even good experiences. But in our spiritual life, is it good then to have good spiritual experiences?
Of course, good spiritual experiences are always good, and good experiences, that I will explain later, because there is this, I will tell one word about this. Good experiences are not bad, so to speak, but if they are too good in a material sense, that is also not so healthy. But in Yoga Sutras it is explained, it's a very interesting explanation which is said there. It is said that there is a special kind of samskara. There are material samskaras and there is spiritual samskara, so to speak. The samskara is called Ritambara Jnana Samskara. Ritambara Jnana Samskara. The samskara which is holding inside jnana. When we are talking about this good and bad samskaras, material samskaras, we mean samskaras which are based on avidya, on ignorance. When the samskaras is based on vidya, on knowledge, on real knowledge, and when the samskaras are in connection with God, then in Yoga Sutras it is explained by the commentators of Yoga Sutras that this particular samskara has an amazing effect on the whole consciousness because it can kill other samskaras. It can burn other samskaras. The other samskaras, ultimately, they're always there. You cannot really destroy all these memories completely. The only thing which is capable of destroying the experiences of material world is the samskaras which have the imprint of spiritual experience. It may be the form of the Lord, or it may be the name of the Lord. A direct perception of the Lord somehow or other was there. When the intervention of the Lord is there, it's always there and it's always awakes.